Hello YouTube, iFixItAll here, Team iFixItAll. Uh, Today's video is about pine needle tea. A good drink. Look up the benefits. Preparation is all this video is about. Get you and this is really delicious. Get you let me back up a little bit. Find a pine tree, long needle, short needle, and go over there with a device that you can catch needles in, and use scissors to trim the needles so they fall in your container. Just hold your container under the limb with one hand as you snip and let the needles fall in another. That's easier, and I say that for many reasons. You might think, oh, I can just pluck them off by hand. Then you end up with a little brown stub on the end. You don't want that. If you snip them like I said, then you can put them into you can just give them a haircut. You can cut them small as you trim. You break them up into small little pieces. Let me show you what you end up with. Hang tight. You end up with pine needles right there. See how tiny they are? If you can snip them off the tree limb and catch them in a big bowl or something lightweight that's large, and then put them into a smaller container and jab your scissors down in the big pile of pine needles and continue chopping. You don't want to run this stuff through any kind of blender or anything like that. You just want to keep it really raw and caveman, cavewoman attack it, because you don't want the pine needles getting everywhere and in amongst other food grade stuff. There's a Ziploc baggie full of it. Let's go back out where the fun is. Yeah, so the reason why I was backpedaling a little bit is I'm trying to get you to understand the idea is you don't want to get pine needles everywhere in your house or whatever, but somehow figure out a way to get them into a smaller state. So if you just have the patience and stand there with something like a trash can lid or a box underneath a pine limb, and you're just trimming along the length and little tiny pieces are falling into your container, then you could pack it all into a Ziploc baggie, squeeze the air out, throw it in the deep freeze. Now, when you want some pine needle tea, then let's see if I can balance my spoon somehow. There we go. This is a coffee filter with a bread tie. A big coffee filter. Add honey. All right, so here we go. Step 1, add hot water to a glass. No pine needle yet, nothing. No pine needles. Add hot water to a glass and then grab your honey, squeeze it in or whatever. Put as much honey as you want inside your cup. That's my preference. Honey. Put this in the microwave without the pine needles. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Bring the honey water to a boil. While the microwave is running, prep your little pouch of pine needles in the coffee filter, and on the sides of the coffee filter you want to snip little you want to snip the sides of the coffee filter just a little bit, because for some reason when you put these in hot water they tend to balloon up and float. You want it to sink, and just let it steep. Let it steep. Now look up on wherever land you want about the benefits. Here's why I was focusing so hard on a particular area. Do not boil your water with the pine needles in the water. Before I made this video, I just decided to randomly look up pine needle tea benefits, and then people's typings, not videos, but just typing up how to prepare it. I just checked like 3. All 3 did not mention to not have the pine needles in your water while you're boiling it. That's a problem. You do not want to boil your water with your pine needles in it, because then you'll introduce turpentine into your drink, and that's going to make you sick. You're after all of the vitamin A and the vitamin C, the antioxidants, the immunity booster, and all the other craftery that's associated with this. But here's what I'm going to do tomorrow morning. I can't wait to do this. I just had an idea, because I really love this pine needle tea. For here also, gosh, okay, 6 minutes for pine needle tea. Crap. If you all have never commented before and you decide to try this, please blow up this one with comments, because I want you to try something. First, you try your pine needle tea out, and then over the course of the next couple of days, I want you to try something. And I'm going to warn you in advance, don't, well, that's based on the assumption we're all designed this same way. All right. When I drank 2 of these glasses before I went to bed, 2 glasses of this, yeah. You talk about dreaming. It was pretty bad. The dreams weren't bad. The problem was, I literally just knew my dream was actually my reality world. It was the strangest feeling. I'd never had that event happen to me before, but I literally was dreaming. I don't know what the dreams were about, but I know when I woke up, I thought I had gone to sleep and drifted off to sleep, because that world must be sleepland, and my dream world was my world, the real world. I don't know what's going on with that, but I'm never going to drink 2 glasses of this in a row again and go to sleep. Here's something I'm going to try tomorrow morning, though. What I'm going to do is put my coffee filter in my Mr. Coffee, my bun, made back in the 90s. You just pour water in and water comes out and makes coffee instantly. I'm going to put a coffee filter in there. Thinking. Actually, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make a big old bundle of pine needles, drop that in my pot, and then I'm going to make my coffee like normal, and I'm going to pour my water and let this steep inside of my pot of coffee and see how she goes. I might even add a little bit of honey. All right, see y'all later. Don't forget to have a great day. Remember, do not boil your water with the pine needles in it. You were warned. That's so important. See ya. Bye.